We showing respects to put it there, brother.
Hogan, we're coming for you, nigga.
Let's chop it up.
Hey, listen, when I replayed Jeezy 3 times, I said, "Oh, that's gangster."
Yeah, man, they trying to act like my boy didn't like black folks.
Yeah, but it's always something. I get tired of that shit. I get tired of people always trying to spin that narrative too.
That part.
Let's get it.
We are back with another episode of the Fold Podcast. It's your boy Khalid Salam. I got my brothers in here with me. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
What's going on? You already know it's Millie Not One In It, man. Welcome back to the Fold.
Ooh, party arty. You look excited. Go. Look at that.
Hey, man, I'm so happy
down
to
there
be here.
glistening. Go
I'm so
ahead.
humble servant of the Lord. That's all. I'm just
Praise
happy
God.
to be here.
Yeah.
But I'm actually happy to be back, y'all. This is definitely part of my lifestyle. And that's a necessity for me to get this information out. And then to write, to help Khalid produce and get this shit out. You know what I mean? So y'all can see the stuff. But party art in the building. What's up, Kurt?
Hey, it's Big Kurt, aka CG, on the mic. We down here once again at 1475 North High Street at the Pier Green. I see y'all out there with the products, man. Y'all out here supporting, man. I appreciate the brothers supporting. Y'all paid
up,
today.
you hear me?
Y'all paid today. I ain't had to write it up as a sample. So, hey, man, it's a blessing to be here with you guys, man. So what's up with the mental check-in, man? Who going today, man? Khalid. We going with Khalid today.
Yeah.
We're going to Khalid. We're going to make him talk, bro. I'm trying to. He wrote in on that magic copy.
Alia, boy.
That was stupid.
Hey man, it's a blessed and beautiful Friday, man. Friday is the day that the Muslims we go to the mosque and get the sermon in. Similar like Christians, they go to church on Sunday. So as you can see, I'm in my Islamic attire. You know what I'm saying? Like to throw that on from time to time. But mental health wise, bro, I'm blessed, man. I can't really complain about too much. Going on just like I was telling Kurt the other day, I'm about to just try to get deeper into my spirituality, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So for the next 30 days, I plan to finish the Quran in 30 days. I usually try to do that at least once a year during Ramadan, but I'm going to do it twice this year. So, yeah, man, that's where I'm at with it right now, bro. Just trying to clear my mind a little bit,
Get some clarity. Okay.
Absolutely, inshallah.
That's solid.
What you got, party arty?
Well, since the last time we met, my mental health was down bad. It was when we had some really bad thunderstorms, and like my power was out for like 8 hours at the crib, and I was by myself the whole time. So when I'm ever in my thoughts on something, it's like I just go into a shell. So when I go into a shell, then I just got me and my thoughts, and that's it. That's just the attacks start happening on my mental health. So I kind of had to try to find outlets to where I get those feelings again. What is my outlet to get away from that? So it's definitely get outside, get out, not in confined spaces, get outside, man, do things I like. If it's start some music stuff or some content creation, if it's, writing lessons for mentorship, stuff like that to keep my mind productive. That's why I like, Kirby T's, my mom's outside on the weekend because I got to stay productive. I got to stay out for sure. You know what I mean? So whenever I'm sitting down, if one bad thing happens, then it just comes a snowball effect for some reason. And I'm just in a bad funk. But that day, I was really down bad. But since then, I'm a lot better, man. I got some good counseling. I got some good feedback, some other friends. My wife helped me out. My mom's came through for me too. So
that's what's
in terms of a scale, it probably was like at a 2 then. I'm probably back to a 7, 8 right now.
Yeah, man.
Damn it, boy.
You'll call the fold.
You know what I mean? But when you're going through that stuff, it's like, I don't feel like calling nobody. You know what I mean?
Feel it.
But now that I know that for sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
Jump on the FaceTime with me real quick.
Yep. Yeah, fully clothed too, though. I don't want to see nobody with no shirt off. Fully clothed, man.
Nah, for real. I like the drip, though.
It's date night after this. It's got to be a tight hour, fellas. Tight hour.
Okay.
The baby oil in the cup.
Man, who's next, man? Who's next, dog?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I broke down last week, finally, losing my cousin. It hit me. And it was crazy cause like you said, being in a confined space, I was in a car and it just came over me.
Yeah.
And it just felt like hyperventilating, like everything was just boxing in and getting smaller.
Yeah, man.
So I went through that, and I guess I was tired. I've been tired, like, so getting that out was something good for me. I still stayed with my working out though, just to keep my head clear, keep myself occupied. But you know, we taking it day by day, man. You know, strives to be great. So that's what it is.
All right, bet.
Shoot.
What's up,
Me?
big dog?
Man, I'm finally back to like a 7, bro.
Okay.
I had been at like a 1 or a 2 for about 50 days. Bro, I'm talking about like deep down in a fucking pit. Shit, I'm trying to stop cussing,
It's
but
all
bro,
good. It's all
hey,
good.
bro, when I tell you the lowest of lows and just trying to figure myself out, dog, it's just like, man, as we talk about, I don't really have a lot of older gentlemen to go talk to this stuff about, but everybody.
That's
But
a
I do
whole
got one, my
episode.
trainer, man, OG Dave, man. Shout out to OG Davey
Shout
King,
out to
man.
OG.
And you know, when I talked to him, he was like, "Oh, bro, it's just beginning." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Bro," he said, "between that 30 and 35, bro, you're gonna start realizing a lot of stuff. You're gonna start questioning a lot of stuff, and you want to know, like." And you know, I'm thankful for him because he can give me answers because he was an ex-football player.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of us football players, we suffer with identity crisis because we've been on stage for so long, and then we get kicked off a stage. Either you forced to get kicked off a stage,
Right.
or you know, or you do it yourself.
choose,
It's a lot better when you choose to do it yourself, but when you're forced, you feel like you let some stuff, you know, linger, and you left some stuff out there.
Yeah.
So man, finally finished reading Superior Man. I'm on my 2nd book, man. But other than the Cat in the Hat, so shit. I'm on my new book, UOU by Eric Thomas.
Derek Thomas,
And his book is
hip hop preacher.
Yes, bro. His book is actually helping me more than the Superior Man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff in there, man. I'm learning a lot about myself from reading that book.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man. I'm back up to like a 7 8. I'm happy, bro.
That's good.
I can't lie, bro. I'm happy. My son's up here. My oldest boy's up here, man. And man, you talking about something funny, dog? He's literally like my twin, bro. So I'm excited for that. All my babies will be back this week. I get to have my whole family back together. Man, we're just taking it one day at a time, bro, and just really going through that process and untangling your thoughts, bro. It's so difficult as men because, especially coming from my type of profession, bro, I ain't never really had to have no feelings because, bro, I'm mad. We go out here and settle it on the field.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now, I can't tell a wife to squabble up. You feel me? Like, you know.
Right.
So I'm trying to go back and forgive myself and forgive those who've hurt me, and not take shit so personally. But I take shit personally, like I told my wife, because I never give anybody less than 100%. And if you're getting less than 100%, you know I'm fool with you for real. Yeah, so I'm working on that. So. Yeah, I'm hyped up, man. So,
Okay.
So we working on it, and I'm helping a youngin' build character, man. So
For sure.
it's awesome.
I wanted to ask you a question because you talked about coming from your previous profession and having that be such a part of your identity. What are you doing today, or what suggestions would you give to people who are trying to create a new identity for themselves? Or
Hey, bro, I don't have it figured out. I'm still 7 years removed, and I think it's a thing where it never really goes away, and you have to find time for yourself. I don't really have time for myself. I started therapy probably about 2 weeks ago, and that's one thing my therapist asked me, like, "Yo, when do you have time?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I am a full-time dad.
Yeah.
I am a full-time husband. I'm a full-time. I got a regular 9 to 5, and I'm a business owner."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yo, you have to find time, or you're going to self-destruct." So I guess in a lot of things, that's what's helping me now to find my identity is reading. I never would have thought I would become a reader, and actually, bro, it took me so long to sit still and read a book. But you know, being at work, instead of wasting my time watching the numbers, you know, watching the truck fill up, hey, bro, I done read a book in like a month.
Yeah.
When it usually takes me, I start a book and not finish it. But the main thing is understanding when you're going through this identity crisis and you're going through it with other people, you have to find that isolation time to be in your thoughts. But you can't be in your thoughts and when I'm learning and play the victim game. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you have to go back and replay every situation that you've been in, and you have to ask yourself, why am I putting myself in the victim seat and not taking responsibility for my choosing of that answer at that time?
Yeah.
Was I people pleasing? Was I nervous? Like, why didn't I just take the time to really sit in that section of my life and really, you know, not be in survival mode?
Yeah. Right.
So for me, that's what's helping me. The reading, the YouTube videos on becoming this podcast is helping me. My son being around as a teenager is helping me. My babies is helping me. My wife is helping me. I'm learning that, you know, I'm triggered a lot because of what I do for people, you know, and I'm learning that the stuff that I do for people is sometimes it's not easy, and I've done it. And when certain things ain't going my way, I'm like, I fly off.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, yo, hey bro, I've been putting in this work, bro. Like, what? It can't be that. But you also have to understand too. Dude said it the other day. David Banner said it the other day. You keep acting like Jesus Christ, you're gonna get your ass pinned to the cross like Jesus Christ. And you have to learn no. When you're trying to find out who you are and what you want to do, you have to learn the word no. Because any of that energy, bro, will deter you from what you're trying to do, because everybody might not even see your vision. And it sucks to say, even your partner might not even see your vision at the time. But you can't blame them for that. Because they got their own thoughts. And then you either go grow together or you're going to go your separate ways. And that's what I'm learning life is. There's nothing like 110%, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Did that answer? Did that kind of like tie?
That was a great answer.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I get deep off in it, bro. Just been reading, man, and it helped me tremendously.
I got a question for you too, though.
What's up?
So when you was like, you get people 100% of yourself, and you know you sometimes don't receive that back. Do you set the standards of yourself on other people? Like, do you set them to that high standard? How you set yourself when it comes to things?
Always, bro. Because I carry myself like a grown ass man, king, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm walking or if I'm walking in a room, I'm demanding the respect just off my presence alone. Right. And you're saying, and the only way you're gonna be able to do that is understanding who you are. I know for a fact it's gonna sound cocky, but when I wake up on a daily, I'm that dude. Like, I'm going to make this thing happen. And kids and all, like, bro, y'all gonna respect that. You're gonna respect your mom. You're gonna respect your dad for us getting up, putting in this hustle for you. I don't care if you actually be here or not. It's certain things that we're gonna have to do structure-wise that you're gonna have to respect me for. Anybody that wants anything of Kurt's time, you're gonna have to respect me before, because when I was by myself, down and out, and you couldn't answer those questions, and when I went to go make X, Y, and Z, or you need $1, or you need a hug, or you need this, you need some food, bro, you weren't there with me. Yeah. When I was fucked up trying to figure out, like, why am I feeling like this? And I'm calling and people can't answer my questions, bro. But now you see me and I'm evolving and you see I'm glowing. Now you see, yeah, bro, that's because I've been in the dark for so long, bro. So when you see me, bro, you're going to respect that. Yeah. And if not, you got to keep it pushing, because I don't owe you nothing.
Yeah. You found your light.
Bro, got to, bro. Because if not, bro, you gonna be, bro. Yeah. I hate feeling down, deep down, bro. I hate feeling like, bro, why?
That shit hurt.
I mean, I'm talking about even reliving situations with my pops, you know, with my football coaches, my career, my relationship with my wife. I mean, my relationship with my oldest son, bro. Bro, when you start talking about these things, bro, it's just like certain stuff that it's just got to happen.
Yeah. For sure.
So, I got a question. What's the pressure Why does it? What were we talking about the other day, Khalid? We was on the phone, bro. We were saying, what did you say? Like, why is it so much pressure on becoming a man or being a man? Or what was the topic? What was that? I can't remember how we got on.
We were kind of talking about just, as always, what we're doing to succeed, and that pressure that you feel to succeed, or the pressure that you feel to not fail. So I was just curious to know, like, does that pressure ever go away? Does it ever change? Is it an up and down journey? And the reason that I really think this is an important question is for the women that are listening, because I don't think it's very easy for women to really understand the pressure that a man feels in order to be successful, just because we live completely different lives. So I think y'all's insight as to how y'all feel about the pressure to succeed would be advantageous to them to hear.
For sure. Or Party, you want to start it off?
Man, I think there's levels to pressure, because there's the pressure I give myself as an individual. There's a pressure I have as a husband. There's a pressure I have as a son to my parents. There's a pressure I have as an employee at my job. There's a pressure I have being an instructor for other people. I'm teaching them something they don't know. I have to make them understand there's pressure with that. And of course, there's pressure in society as a black man, trying to be pleasing, trying not to be too intimidating. So that's like 6 or 7 different pressures I face every single day.
Hey, can we talk about the underlying pressure of energy that you just feel about just being around?
Bro, when you talked about you have no time, I ain't got no time. I barely have time. That's why I'm taking my wife out on a date tonight, because it's like, when's the last time we even had a date? Because we out here working and trying to make it and do this and that, but it's like we're going to take time for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So I just think the pressures of life and the pressures of wearing so many different hats, it's like it's going to be hard to be successful in every single thing that you do. I can't appreciate success without the failure first.
Right.
So when it comes, you talking about you was in the dark, nigga, I was in the dark all my 20s. That's the only reason why I'm probably even on this podcast. I was always shy. I was always introverted. I never talked or anything. So the fact that me on a microphone is crazy. I had to go through some bullshit in my 20s. They're all just a blur. That's why I said my 30s are the best years of my life, but it probably wouldn't be great if I didn't go through that first.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just think I can read a book, I can read from a curriculum, but life experiences will always be the best teacher to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad we got this platform to share those experiences, because when I hear y'all talk, it's like, okay, I'm not going through the same stuff by myself.
No, you're not.
I know someone else is going through it. So it just takes the power of actually saying it out loud, putting that pride shit aside, and actually saying, hey, dog, I really need some help. You got some time to talk for 10 minutes? Okay, let's go get something to drink, go get something to eat. Let's just talk. 10-minute conversation might turn into 4 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because we need that. So when it comes to
sure.
pressure, it's tough. But if you have accountability partners and friends that don't judge you and they give you good feedback and criticism in the right way, you can only be successful from that.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of people don't see the pressure that we carry, and I think
that's what I'm talking about.
That's the
underlying-
hard part.
That's why I said we have to tell people that we are under pressure. Because I can look good and look straight and be happy and all that, knowing I'm dying on the inside.
Well, most men are. I would say most men of our caliber are what you call it, functioning depression. What is it called? What is that called? What's that term called?
I know what you're talking about.
You're depressed, but you're functioning. What's
I know what you mean, but I don't know what the word is. We'll look it up after the show.
Yeah, we have to look it up. Yeah, we have to look it up after the show. I think a lot of men feel alone with that pressure, bro. So what we do is, like we talk about, we've always been taught not how to work together, but go separate, bro. We don't want to look weak to anybody, so you try to go handle it by yourself. But bro, that shit don't work no more, bro.
It don't. Yeah.
It's to the point where like I'll be good by myself, dog. I tell my wife all the time, I'm like, bro, I'm good by myself. Like, you ain't got to worry about me. You feel me? But it's like, you just ask me, when you start putting expectations on people, or sometimes just being around my wife, she has great energy, but just knowing that I have to be her peace, her provider, her protector,
right,
and stand on 10 toes, bro, and not mess up, because you ain't got no blueprint, bro. It's not like getting ready to go like back in the day, we coach write a game plan and we getting ready to go play this team, and I can look at tendencies, bro. I don't know what tomorrow tendencies gonna bring. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know what type of emotion it's gonna have. I don't know who gonna get sick. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, and I'm trying so hard, dog. If you feel me, because I want my kids to experience a life. I had a great life growing up. Good. But I've seen so much.
Yeah.
I've seen so much, dog. So I want them to have a great experience. And I'm not talking about materialistic things.
Right.
I'm talking about just seeing the world.
Yeah.
Saying that, hey, yeah, we got the United States, but hey, I can study abroad. I can go over here and learn this. Or I don't have to use sports as my vehicle.
Yeah.
I might be a dope artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might be cool in tech, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Like, it don't have to be politically correct or socially correct for me to be a part of a group. You feel what I'm saying? So
I got you.
I think I'm tying all that in to say, bro, just being the head of the house and having so many things to think about and to do. And just that underlying pressure, but you can feel it. Especially, I know you feel it when you got your babies, bro. Yeah. It's an underlying pressure. Like when they get around, your antennas just start going up, bro. And your wife come around, your antennas start going up, and you like, all right, we gonna stay in the crib today. You ain't got no choice.
The talking this pressure made me reflect to a moment, man. When I had my firstborn, and that was like fresh out of high school. And you just, at that point, I'm trying to figure myself out. Then I had a kid, and her first birthday came around. And I'm telling you, like the day before her birthday, bro, I was broke. You hear me? Like, damn, I can't get her a cake. I can't get my daughter a present. You hear me? That pressure right there. You hear me? I walked into the gas station. I might have had $2 or $1, and I played her birthday, and it like pick 3. And it came out. Swear to God, like $250. I went and brought her a little kitchen, kitchen set. Got her a little self-made cake, man.
Shit, don't feel bad, bro. Hey,
listen, I was like talking about the pressure. I'm like, dang, it took me back, man. We deal with pressure, unknowing pressure. And I think pressure that can make you feel hopeless. It'll get to the point where you like, dang, like you don't know if you're gonna figure it out. Like you don't know if you're gonna figure it out. You like, damn, you feel me? Like you say, you want to be alone, but that don't even work no more. It's because when they get to that point where it's like, I can't do it by myself. Like I need help.
And the worst thing you can give a man is time.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's the worst thing you can get. Man, any man that can sit there in his thoughts, he's gonna self-destruct, dog. He's gonna self-destruct because because we haven't really been taught. People talk about this shit online about emotional intelligence. A lot of people are not emotionally intelligent. You're just not. You're not taught that way. You're not even taught that way. Like you think about how many kids do you see, bro? Man, I know for a fact. You see out in the store and you be like, man, my mama and daddy would have whooped my ass. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah. And so now what I'm learning with my kids is, my kids will get spankings. I'm not beating them like they on roots. But goddamn, you got to understand, because, and I tell people, I'm popping my kids because I want you to always have something in your head that reminds you, let me think about what the fuck I'm doing before I do it. Because if you get out here act a fool and in the middle of High Street, bro, and then people call the police, there ain't no guarantee they gonna show up friendly. So I want you to think about stuff before you do it. I'm not just abusing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to instill you in some type of structure and your parameters where your mind clicks like, yo, okay, oh, that's why that. I'm thankful my daddy whooped my ass. I know where to belt that now. That mug used to glide. Fire! You dig what I'm saying?
Try to catch it.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch it. My dad was 6'4", 270, so he coming with it.
You got to be like Thor, boy.
He might knock me out.
I'm talking about, boy. I'm talking about this. Hey, my sister would cry before I would because it was so goddamn loud. You feel me? But, bro, I'm thankful for all that. It's just that for us, and when we're trying to figure out why we're going through these emotions as men, it's okay to let it out, bro. Like, my dad came from an era Like, I wouldn't be able to talk to my pops about none of this, because he would probably be like, hey, bro, you got to cut all that soft shit out, bro. You just got to be a man. But what does that mean? What does that mean?
How much time we got?
Come on, but what does it mean?
That's an episode, dog. It's like they didn't teach us nothing. Even when it comes to being the head of a household, like no one taught me that. I just had to just see it. But the thing is, everybody's
But where'd you see it at, though?
nowhere. That's why I struggle and I fail at stuff around that. Like being the head of the household, so I've never been the head of a household ever. Like I'm really taking care of a whole human being in my house.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, how does that work? Like my parents are from that generation. It's like, you know,
Yeah, we ain't had that.
we ain't had none of that stuff. They just based off what their parents did. I'm like, they in the 80s and 90s now.
I'm gonna keep it a G, bro. I learned how to be a man off of YouTube. That's no cap. Watching Muslims, watching a couple of Muslim brothers, I learned some stuff from that. What's the guy name? He's dark skinned. He got a gray beard. He's a Muslim.
Oh,
brother.
yeah, I know. He's the money
Jason,
man.
Is his name Jason?
Oh, you talking about
You know who I'm talking about.
that dude, the martial arts?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if he's Muslim or not, but I know you're talking about. Yeah. I read his book too. That Battle Cry, I think.
Bro, I was never forget.
Jason Wilson, I
Yeah,
think.
Jason Wilson, bro. I never forget. I was coming through Cincinnati in my big truck, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I had to turn off all my masculinity and start being vulnerable with my lady." And I'm looking at this guy, and he's speaking to you so softly.
That's tough.
But he's an aggressive man. He talks about how aggressive he really is. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, well, that's me, bro. I'm a football player. My dad always told me not to be soft and X, Y, and Z. But I also watched my dad have so much pressure and stuff go through his mind. He killed himself because he was wrestling. Bro, now that I'm a man, I know exactly. If I could tell my dad right now, pick him up from the grave, I'd be like, brother, I'm sorry. I did not know, dog. 'Cause I turned on my pops before he died. Just because of the stuff that we're sitting here talking about, because I didn't understand. You understand? And everybody in the family, you know, in black families, let's pray, we're going to get together. No, dog, I hate to tell you, prayer is one thing, but action is another.
Absolutely.
Facts.
You understand
That's
what I'm
faith.
saying? So,
Prayer without works is dead.
bro, I'm telling you, bro, and we'll get into that. We got a whole episode on that, but I understand now, and watching YouTube and then watching other family members and looking at their wives and saying they ain't doing something right. Why she look like that? Why she look drained like that?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, why she not perky? And then I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, my wife kind of look like that too. Oh, I gotta fix some shit. So then you start talking, bro. You start talking about like, okay, babe, what you like? What do you really like? What are you really into? Like, how can I make your day better? Like, then y'all come up with like, me and my wife got this thing, bro. If we got it, like, we can sense it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she can tell by my voice what's wrong.
What's wrong with you?
Hey, baby, I feel something ain't right.
They read us like that.
Sometimes you gotta say nothing.
No,
So you just walk into the room, I'm like, vibe is off. What's going on?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's how you know you connected, though.
Yeah.
If you ain't feeling them type of emotions, you ain't connected with your partner, bro.
Yeah.
I can tell by my wife's body language.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell. What's wrong,
The
baby?
silence, the body language,
What's wrong, baby? Nothing.
the kiss.
Oh, what?
Yeah, let me leave you alone.
Like, dang, I don't know.
I asked twice what was wrong. You said nothing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll come back in about 15 minutes.
Shit. You be lucky
See,
if I
you
come back
better
at
than
15.
me.
I ain't
Moms, I know. Either that, she hungry, get you something to eat.
Oh, you just snuggled up on her?
I ain't giving her no space now.
You ain't giving her no space? Hey, bro, I think it's just a Capricorn thing, bro. I'd be like, oh, you want to be bullshitting? Don't worry about it. I'm going to start turning the music up. Then she come back downstairs and be like, all right, well, this was, oh, okay, why you just ain't say that?
You ain't allowed to have no fun. Turn that shit off.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
What's the next question, man? What we got over there, man?
One of the ones I have, kind of just to switch it up a little bit. Outside of your family, who is the person or people that inspire you the most? So it can be athletes, celebrities, mentors. Who is that person that inspires you, man, outside of your family?
Shoot, I ain't gonna lie. You know, our first podcast together, you feel me, when we was talking and hearing Kurt speak, you feel me, of how him and his wife was, and just like the communication and stuff, like that made me like go home like, oh yeah, I gotta rewire some things, because I mean he spoke so highly, you feel me, and you know, in her favor, like, you know, he spoke, and I was just like, man, like I know me and Babe good, but that let me know we can be even better.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I took from that, from bro, and then, you know, been around Khalid, you know, just how he's structured, you know, with his Islam and stuff like that. Always respect their principles and how they carry themselves and things like that. So it's like, being around y'all, I really, the people that I'm around, if I'm around you, you a piece of my motivation. That's why I'm around you, because I'm getting something from you that can't be, you know, it ain't money wise, you feel me? It's more so life experience, you know. I'm gaining wisdom from everybody I'm around, like you and Kurt, you know, telling me how to communicate better and stuff like that. So it's like everything I do and everybody I'm around, they are a piece of my motivation on a day-to-day, man. Even where I go work out at, you know, I'm there because that's a motivation for me.
Okay.
You know, those people, so.
You want me to go? Yeah.
Your ass gonna stop getting on the podcast and not saying nothing.
All right, I'm about to
Hey,
change
bro,
about the camera, man.
I be soaking up the game, man. I'm telling you.
Me off because bro,
He be like Vlad, you don't see Vlad, you hear his voice.
He be pissing me off because he got some
Right,
real
off
knowledge,
camera,
bro.
you just see his feet.
Then he'll call me. Then he'll call me and be on the phone with me for 2 hours, and then you get on the podcast and don't say nothing. Hey, bro, stopping today.
When you got something to say, you should say it. When you don't, you should be quiet.
Nah.
Nah, man, I think for me, bro, my biggest inspiration, you know, it's crazy because somebody asked me this the other day, and I was just saying, like, bro, I always go back to Islam, bro. I know people probably get tired of me talking about it sometimes, but it's real, because Islam, when it comes to the religion, bro, the way that the prophets are described is like in detail, like minute detail, not just, you know, some little stories here and there, but, you know, down to the way the prophet communicated with his wives, you know what I'm saying, the tone of voice that he used, you know, like his wives say that he never raised his voice at them, you know what I mean? So when it comes to just day to day, I don't think there's any greater inspiration we can really find than that of God's chosen messengers that he chose to deliver his message to people. But outside of that, I you know, kind of piggybacking off of what Millie was saying, you know, I think just finding the inspiration amongst the people you surround yourself with, you know what I'm saying, outside of family, but your friends, your peer group is a big reflection of your thoughts and intentions and things that you want out of life. So surrounding yourself with the right people is important. Yeah. You know, I remember when you know me, I'm not a big sports guy, you know what I'm saying? So when I first met Kurt, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even know who Kurt was, for real. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm not a sports nigga, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's had a great career, you feel me? Like, I talked to my grandma one time. I'm like, you know who Curtis Grant is? She's like, yeah, I remember him. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, because I'm not a sports nigga. So, but then when he started telling me his story, bro, I'm like, damn. Like, and not even just the sports accolades, but just the things he's been through that we haven't even touched on yet, but future episodes. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to look at how people deal with the things they go through or goals that they have in life. You know, I just try to surround myself with the right people, you know, but overall, bro, I would just say go read about the prophets, bro. You're gonna have the best inspiration that there is. I don't really get into the celebrity thing, you know. I used to when I was young, but these niggas be fake, bro.
Go.
No, I was gonna say, I think when we was young, it's just because they had money.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, what?
Like, yeah.
I wish I had someone that was older than me that gave me inspiration. So I think that's kind of that's a negative thing. There's nobody older than me that inspires me. Right. But with me is I got some young guys that I did not mentor, but the fact that they're still like look at me as big bro, that kind of inspires me. There's two. There's my guy Deuce and my guy Jameer. He's 9 years younger than me, so he's 28, 29. And just the fact that when you're in a room with like-minded people, you just attract. But our thing was wrestling, and that's what our connection was. We went to Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, all that type of stuff, right? But I'm just kind of trying to tell his story. I don't think he'll mind me telling him this. But he went to Jamaica for a wedding this past March, and then we were on a FaceTime that day. Then that following day, he was actually life lifted from Jamaica to Miami because he fell down flights of stairs, broke his pelvis, concussion, punctured lung, all that type of stuff, right? So the fact that he went through all that type of stuff, they had to cut him open, cut part of his skull out, brain was swelling, didn't know he was going to make it, right? But when he's recovering, he didn't even remember nobody, but when they mentioned my name, he said, yeah, that's my bro. So it's like, I must have done something
To inspire.
You know what I mean? If you don't remember your friends or your brother or your moms, but for some reason when you saw my face, you knew who I was. So him recovering, he was in rehab for like 5 days. He out of there. He walking on a little walker and all that type of stuff. So just to see that whole experience and how strong he is and the impact it had on his life, that's my guy. That's my inspiration, bro.
I feel that.
I mean, for me, bro, inspired by anybody outside of my family, I really can't say nobody. It's gonna sound cocky, but I wake up.
It's your truth, bro.
Yeah, I wake up wanting to learn information so I can teach others, and I love inspiring other people. And I always try to see the good in people so they can see the best in themselves. So I don't know if that's a gift that God's given me. I never really even growing up, I never really was inspired by people, bro. Like, I wasn't like...
Not even by football players? Okay.
It was one. Ray Lewis was one.
Okay, there gotta be at least one person.
Ray Lewis was one.
Okay.
Because of the way he played. But I don't know Ray Lewis's... I don't know him personally. I don't know his real character.
Yeah, off the field.
Yeah, I just know... I mean, we watch him. We see his videos and stuff. But, like, that's one person that I would want to be inspired by, but I don't have the access to them. So
okay.
But other than that, bro, right now, outside of yeah, bro, it's just I'm always learning to inspire others.
Okay, so do you think the old or the younger Curtis be inspired by the current Curtis?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Just by the fact of the life lessons that I've been through.
Okay.
Bro, I've been through so much, like, between the ages of, you gotta understand, bro, I became a celebrity at the age of 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that alone. Bro, I got my first scholarship at 14 years old.
Wow.
Off of 3 games.
Yeah.
Off of 3 games. University of West Virginia was at my door like, we want him. You know what I'm saying? So I've always kind of been like, I like hanging out with people, but I've always been kind of a loner on the backside when it comes to the training and strengthening
That's crazy.
my mind.
You say you a celebrity, but you're a loner.
Yeah, bro. Real talk, bro. Because I never really used that platform to be better than anybody, but I only did this shit for myself.
Okay.
For self-gratification, not to really stunt. Like, anything that I do for me, it's an agenda for my family. Like, you think about the Waltons, like, bro, I want you to think about the Grants. Like, you think about the Schottensteins over there that own the real estate in Columbus and got their name on that basketball arena.
I said, man, I want my name on the building.
Right, but when you think about that, I want my family to hold that type of weight and have that type of power. When you walk in, we ain't doing all that extra talking. They hear and they mean business. Yeah. That's you know what I'm saying. That's what inspires me. You know what I'm saying? Any of those families, the Manning families, you think about Eli Manning, Peyton, LeBron James. Let's just take the biggest iconic black male right now. Anywhere James go, you got James. You're gonna be good. Yeah. You ain't gonna have to say all that extra. Oh, I call my dad right quick. Oh yeah, that's the type of life that I want for my kids. It's just bro. You know, even watching movies, those families that got that power, I love it. But but I don't want it to be negative. I don't want my family out here. I don't want everyone to hear my family out here. He got him beheaded for 2,500. I don't want none of that. I just want them to be known, us to be known as a powerful, strong family.
Okay.
I say that one thing about bro, he ain't here though, but Burpee.
Oh, Mr. Burpee.
He wanna like, you know, start his own family, like last name, all that. Like, and I thought that was, cause you gotta think, you attached to what's attached to you.
Yeah.
And he's like, change something different. I was like, that's deep, but I get where you coming from with it. Because this stigma, the stain that's on some of our family names, man.
We gotta get him back on because I got some questions.
I got some questions for Mr.
So
Burpee. We gotta really dial in, bro.
Next one, we're gonna run it.
Yeah.
So what we got? We got any more?
I think you about time for you to go in.
No, I got 25 minutes.
Okay, bet. Yeah.
You say,
I would just say, kind of talking about inspiration, you know, because I think everybody has their story to tell, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's very important for people to lean in on the different phases that you go through in life and kind of do whatever you can creatively to reflect that back to people, bro. And I say all the time, like, especially when you come from having your dark moments in life, you know what I'm saying? Those struggles, trauma, whatever the case may be. Everybody has, you know, a ranging variables in their lives, but try to find the lesson in that and put it out to the people, whether that's the people that you're around, whether that's a mentorship program that you have, or if you have a podcast or something along those lines, because it's like one of the things I find that we talk about often is not having that older generation to give us that game, and I don't know when that's ever gonna come. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's important for us to give that to the younger generation so we can be that for them. You know, what's up?
You said something.
You know?
I don't mean to cut you off.
For sure.
But why we can't find, this just came to me. Why we can't find what we're looking for? Because we are what we're looking for, but we have to look for a different group of men to where we're going. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that just came to me, like, bro, I'm like, bro, I can't find no OG because ain't no OG doing what I'm doing, dog. Yeah. That's the reason why we all sit here together and we all kind of be on the same wavelength. Yeah. Right? And it's like, it's even talks about, like, in that book, You, bro, like, I sit here and talk about how I want to become a millionaire. Shit, I ain't never went to no networking events to be around no millionaires. I'm not even in the crew. I'm not even, my day-to-day job ain't no millionaire job. There's just a bunch of blue-collar, hard-working men, and I respect the hell out of them.
Yeah. September 27th, Rue Weekend, man.
What's that?
Get your ticket. Rue Weekend, Rich Off Options.
Oh, you talking about with Mr. 500?
Yeah, my dude T bringing them in. He bringing a lot of influencers, but, you know, entrepreneurs to the city that weekend. They're gonna have a conference. They're gonna have a private networking event, and they're gonna have a after screening. But I think that I've been telling people to come because that's major for everybody that know that they want more out of life and they want to be more. These people that you done walk the same halls with, you know, that went to high school up the street, and I feel like it's gonna be at East High School. Okay. You know, T went and booked his own old high school. He's like, man, like, let me book it that weekend. Yeah.
So I think a lot of times, bro, we talked about that. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just felt that. I felt that in my spirit. Then, like, bro, we sit here and talk about this every day, but we the ones that's putting in the work, and we're going to be the OGs for these younger generations, or we're going to be the ones that change the world. Yeah. I don't have I gatekeep on certain things depending on who you are and how you act. Ooh. If you can understand what I'm telling you, and I can trust you with this information, then yeah, I ain't got no problem gatekeeping. But if you one of them cats that's just, and then I think also too, we're hanging around lower level fruit. You get what I'm saying? They're not realizing because what you just said. You realize what you do, what we do, and believe it or not, to keep it a whole buck, we all in survival mode. Because if we wasn't, we'd be able to see our vision a whole lot more clear, because now we're not running in the damn wheel, we're walking now. Yeah. I can enjoy my walking down High Street. Damn, I didn't know that was when they put the bakery over here. That's a new Wendy's. Like, all that. Right. Bro, you don't see none of that when you hauling ass down the road trying to get down.
You got your blinders.
Come on, bro. Yeah. So, like, when you said that, bro, that really struck something in me to be like, hey, man, That's even like my careers that I'm looking at now for changing, bro. I'm not gonna be driving trucks for the rest of my life. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm still gonna go get me a custom truck, put all the lights on it.
On
but
everything.
on
The 12s in the back.
12s in the
Yeah,
back.
I got
8-inch stacks. All that big motor, 1,000 horsepower. We still gonna get all that, bro. We get it in. But we have not made ourselves. We have not put ourselves in those rooms because everyone on this podcast has something. Even if it ain't nothing but a half a ticket. Everybody might not touch $1 million. But the way we can touch $1 million is you know a little something, you know a little something, you know a little something, I know a little something. I might be 250, you might be 500, you might be 750, you might be 850. And then it's like, hey bro, no. Come over here, look at this. Oh, we could. There you go. Now we stirring the pot.
Okay.
So now I think for us, the challenge is for us. What are you gonna do to change your current situation?
You gotta be successful. You gotta become selfish for a moment in time. I think that's something that we all lack is being selfish. We think about a lot of people other than ourselves, but you have to focus in on your vision and your plan, and that's gonna be with, like he said, saying no to a lot of things. Like as much as we give out, and we won't get, like you said, them transactions. We ain't getting we getting withdrawals, but we ain't getting no deposits.
Yep.
And I mean, I've been dealing with that for years on years on years, and you know, I say wifey hated. To me, I tell her this is who I am. This is who I always been. Always help people, but she hated because, like, it ain't helping. It ain't helping you. You know, people call you just because they need money. They X, Y, Z.
And I'm tell you another thing too. And when you're going through this process, what I'm learning, just the words "I love you" and sex don't replenish you, dog. It don't. Because I feel like a lot of times as men too, when we're going through this, that we try to look for that quick fix to make us feel better too along the journey.
And the thing is, with
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. But with the love thing, we all know love is an action word.
Yeah.
So you can say
it's
I
a
love you
choice, too.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we got family members who say I love you too. I ain't seen you in 25 years.
Right.
Well, if I see love in action, that's what replenishes me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I tell my brothers that all the time because I know I'm going to get it back in return. My wife and everything. So I understand about the love thing, saying it. That really don't mean nothing to me. But if I see that shit in action, then okay.
But see, we also gotta love ourselves too, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Because us working like that and doing the things we do 16, 17, 18 hours a day, ain't nothing cool about that shit.
Absolutely not.
I hate when the old head, do you hear him, man, he been working down at the gym plant for 40 years. That motherfucker can't stand up.
Right, back hurt, knee.
Yeah, he waddling.
You know
but
what I mean?
I think also too along the journey, bro, to replenish, you got to learn how to replenish yourself. Bro.
You have to.
You have to find that alone time for you, not to sit there in your thoughts, but just to even be like, damn, I want to go up to the shooting range today. Let me go. Okay, cool. Let me go. Let me go to the escape room by myself. Like, just try to figure out.
That's why I am here. Yeah.
I'm realizing that too. Like instead of like leaving my work and going straight home or straight somewhere else, I might sit in the car for a little bit. I might take myself on a date by myself, get something to eat. I might hit a little sports bar around the way just to get a drink and just chill by myself.
Yeah.
You need that. The older I get, I'm like, I really that dude in the movie going to the bar just get a little drink by himself. But I know why now. You know what I mean? Because I need that time to just to decompress.
Yeah. But Lee, no, like that last meeting, what, November, December, and they asked us to write down something that we was gonna stop doing in 2025, and I said, stop self-neglect. You know, as men, we neglect ourselves so much.
Then we gotta take care of everybody, man.
I said I was gonna stop that, so that's where the podcast are. Like I'm at the podcast, like I'm doing things for myself and investing in myself, like working out. I ain't never worked out a day in my life.
Yeah,
for
you
real.
always
Like,
on
I
the
work
ground
out
with your shirt off and shit. Now you can't wait to show your shirt.
Listen,
What do you say? Just
wait
got-
till the
what do you say,
progress report.
Kurt?
Wait till the progress report.
I just got paid.
To put on some extra baby oil.
You see what the video is? Just got paid, man. Just got paid.
But wait till the progress. But nah, I'm
Did y'all
doing
get
that,
paid?
bro. I ain't never worked out for a month straight ever in my 34 years of living. I swear, I might have worked out maybe a couple days, but I ain't never been locked in like this. And, you know, babe, like, you not home in the evening now, like, da-da-da. Because I'm like, I'm committed to something. And I look at that as my discipline, but also my self-accountability. And I'm like, and also it's beneficial to my growth, you feel me? And I was like telling her, like, you know, this is good for me. Like, when you got pressure on you, you don't just let it smother you.
No,
like, you push that up off you, and that's what I keep doing. I mean, I understand. Like, I'm like, you know, eventually she gonna get it. Like, she gonna come out when she come out, but.
Yeah, she'll get there. Hey, that's how you gonna really build your relationship then.
Absolutely.
Me and my wife built our relationship. The secret was the gym.
Yeah.
Because when she got in conflict, I was there to coach her through it. And then if I'm lifting more weight than her, and she see me, she be like, "No, babe, you got it. And then it's like, damn, you got damn right, I got this.
You gonna push it.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it through. But I got a question for Khalid.
Yes, sir.
Khalid don't drink. He don't smoke.
No.
He don't do. I
I
want
don't know. He
You
came
do
over
something,
my house,
though.
Hey,
man.
bro.
I swear he tapped the bottle.
I want to know, bro, like, how do you get to a place, and bro, I don't want to hear nothing about the religion piece. I love that you're in
Respectfully,
Jesus.
of course, respectfully.
I want to know, because everybody's not going to become a Muslim, dog. That's just what it is, and yeah, that's your opinion, and I'm not mad at your opinion. Because I think I probably would have been converted by now, but it's going to cause some conflict in the house just because she's not gonna. She was brought up a certain way, and I don't think she's open-minded.
I really think that would be like, I told you, y'all should both read the Quran like together. I'm telling you, I really think, but you know, we can say that first. But go ahead, I didn't mean to cut you off.
What's the question, though?
I want to know, how do you find yourself, like, how do you find peace in yourself without using any substances or any type of suppressants, bro? And bro, because bro, that's, hey bro,
That's easy.
Huh?
I mean, I don't know, but for
What's
me,
easy?
it's easy. Being like how he is, like you see, but.
Bro, I'm off that
But
hen
you
dog, that
listen, I'm sober a lot of the times, unless it's doing something like when you see me that night. You feel
we
me?
ain't gonna talk
like
about
just
That's out the function. What's the
You know what I'm saying?
function?
I'm like, you know, I engage, you know, throw it. But outside that, I'm really the soberest person. Like, my family know. Like, when they come to me, like, they gotta ask if I drink, because they don't know if I drink, or they know, like, oh no, Billy don't smoke. They tell you somebody else will speak for me. Like, Billy
that
don't
ain't me
smoke.
when I ask Art. When you pull it up, when he say, "What you bringing?" Shit, a little.
Let me know, man. Make a little stop.
But I ain't gonna lie, I think mine came from being around addicts. Seeing people with those addictions, it kept me
turned you off.
It kept me from becoming that.
Okay.
I'm like, so I like, so that's
What you got?
Bro, I think one, I never built up the habit of dealing with things through drinking or smoking. Like, that was just never a thing I was really into like that. So that's not really hard for me to abstain from doing it. I mean, you told me don't bring the religion into it, but bro, I wouldn't be me if I didn't be real, bro. Like, a lot of prayer, bro. Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't believe in, like, you know, exposing things that you pray for, or you know what I'm saying,
No,
the
for
good deeds that you do behind closed doors. But bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, it's a lot of times I've gotten up out of my bed in the middle of the night to pray. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big thing for Muslims. Like, waking up in the last third of the night and really praying, bro. Like, cause I'm gonna just be real. Before I became a Muslim, I was going crazy for real. Like, no, like, real talk, bro. Like, I was dealing with so many different things in my life. Loss of friends at an early age. Growing up single parent household. Just the list goes on and on and on. I don't even know if we got enough time to get into everything, but
Bro, we got plenty
you know
of
what I'm saying?
episodes.
Yeah, for sure. But real talk, bro. Like, I've never felt the need to go to anything else but the prayer, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know not you say what?
And just being okay with that.
Cause bro, at the end of the day, it's like, it's some things you really just don't have control over. You know what I'm saying? As much as we want to think we can control everything as men, especially when you're a driven man, ambitious and goal oriented, and all of these different things, like, you feel in your mind and your heart like, it don't matter what I do, I'm going to achieve what I'm looking for. which is a great mindset to have. But at the end of the day, bro, if God don't want you to have something, it's just not going to be.
Yeah.
Now that goes into, do you believe in God or not? You know what I'm saying? Is your faith strong or not? That's a conversation for a different day, because that's going to go down a tangent. But you know, it's like you say, bro, not everybody is going to be a Muslim, and I say everybody should. But the reason that I say that is because the prayer is not, I'm not just throwing things up to God and just, you know what I'm saying? You got to put your actions behind it, as we've talked about. But having faith that your prayers are going to be answered is important. And you can only have strong faith if you have a strong reason to believe what you believe, which is why I push everybody in that direction of Islam, because the evidence, it speaks for itself, bro. But I mean, that's just that's the God's honest truth, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been close to taking my own life on several occasions, my nigga, just because of the pressure that a nigga feel. That's why it's important we talked about that, you know what I'm saying, the pressure to succeed. I've been close to that on multiple occasions, and it got to a point where each time something happened, that stopped me from doing it. That's out of my control, bro. You know what I'm saying? And man, them prayers, bro. Next time you really going through something, wake up late in the middle of the night, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and just pray to God and see if it changed your life, bro.
That's when you have your discernment or something like that. Somebody had mentioned it too.
I tell my wife to pray to God. Don't be listening to my black ass.
He listening. He listening. But he asks, is you listening?
Knowing this love.
You listening to yourself? So I had read in James a couple days ago, because lately I've been reading the Bible before I go to bed, and it's talking about how, like, it's boasting, you know, is sin in a sense. So me saying, tomorrow I'm gonna go do this, I'm about to be rich, I'm gonna die. He's like, we ain't supposed to speak like that, because that's like boasting. It's more so, if it's meant for me in God's way, I shall receive it, in the sense that we leaving it in God's hands for our life to unfold in the way that we can imagine for ourselves. And when I read that, it made me, when you just said, like, how you know how your life gonna go, like, you really don't. You know what the idea of it, like, oh man, I imagine it go like this, but at the same time, we don't control the course in which we live on a day-to-day. Only thing we do know is that I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to work. Like, sometimes we're like, dang, I might not even make it to work. You got a flight, your engine blew, anything can happen. So I just feel that we really gotta take heed. That pressure thing that you just said, you know, I wonder what makes a person, like, not the person, but I guess you, like, to get to that point. That's what something I think I've been trying to understand. Someone been in that shoes before, like, and done did it. I'm like, how do?
I think for me, bro, you know, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said it earlier in the podcast, you know, having that feeling of, like, hopelessness, you know what I'm saying? Not really knowing, damn, like, is this going to turn around? You feel me? When you get to that point of feeling like you've done everything you can, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? When that situation happened, bro.
Are we back on?
You're just going to
My possible, you know, the possible. But
you said something.
Bro, I could almost just imagine the position.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, like, especially going through what I'm going through with, you know what I'm saying, my marriage, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I've been there with that situation.
Yeah.
Like, bro, because it's like, it comes a point in time where it's like, okay, I tried this, I tried that. You know, your emotions starting to build up. You get in that emotional state, and it really only take one little thing to set you off the edge, and you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying. And I ain't, you know, for me, bro, that's when it goes to the prayer. You know what I'm saying. But some people,
How do you make it the prayer though? Because some people don't.
Some people, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I really think that
Power, G. Compartmentalize that to slow yourself down. To really do that, bro. That's a lot of mental control and power.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'll just be transparent, bro. The last time I was in that situation, it was this year, January 1st. I got into it with my daughter's mom, my wife. You know what I'm saying? We got into it or whatever. And we had already been getting into it for months before this, you know what I'm saying? It was already just, you know. I remember I drove to some little like plaza area, like, you know what I'm saying, shopping plaza. And so I'm sitting there in the car, I look out the window, I see these apartments. And I'm like, damn, if I kill myself here, it might be kids looking out the window, shit like that. So I'm like, all right, let me go somewhere else. You feel me? So I end up going to Blacklick Park. And if anybody who's familiar with Blacklick Park, you got all these different areas that you can go to. So I'm gonna go all the way to the back, because clear, it's probably not gonna be a lot of people back there. I get all the way to the back, it's hella people out there, and it's cold outside. So I'm like, what the hell is all these people out there? You know what I'm saying? So I go to another one of the little areas. It's not as many people out there. I'm sitting there. I take my phone out. I started recording, and I'm just like going through all the things that I'm feeling, just expressing everything. You feel me? And I guess I'm kind of like, in a sense, like making that like goodbye letter. You know what I'm saying? In a way, you know what I'm saying? And I sat there. I'm talking. I'm praying. And talking at the same time. And it came to a point, bro, where my daughter just popped up in my head, bro. And I was just like trying to explain to her like why I was doing what I was doing. And then I just came to that realization, bro, like, bro, if you do this right now, she's gonna be by herself, my nigga. Like, she not gonna have no man to raise her. You feel me? Hopefully somebody might pop up in the future, but nobody's gonna raise your kid like you would raise your kids. You feel me? But bro, when people get in them situations, dog, it's like a split. You might not go through all those steps that I went through. You might not go from driving from one place to another to find that right spot, and then go through talking all these, you know what I'm saying? You might just go for it. And honestly, bro, I don't have like a science behind it, but I think that when your emotions, when you allow yourself to get to allowing all these different things to pile up, it only takes one thing that somebody might say or do to you that just makes you go all the way with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's why I say the prayers, the daily prayers. It's a reason why we pray 5 times a day. It's not just to worship God, but it's that time that you really get between you and your Lord on a day-to-day basis. We deal with so much. We don't even realize how much we really deal with, bro. From a child all the way to an adult, my nigga. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was molested as a child. I dealt with my homeboys dying at a young age. I'm talking about 11, 12, 13 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then growing up single parent household, and then it's like you deal with all this shit, but it's like where do you really get that time to sit and really process and heal? And then on top of that, all the shit you go through as an adult, as a parent, you go through with your woman, you go through with your family, bro. It's just this shit don't go away. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not dealing with these things as they come, it's like if we swept dirt underneath that rug and just left it, it's still gonna be there, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So
I want to speak to you on that, bro.
Yeah.
It talks about that in the book, and one thing about it is we call it the victimization, and we try to avoid these situations because we don't really know what we're feeling at that time, or just trying to even just like process the information that we're going through, bro. And I'm not saying that you are playing like a victimization, bro. I feel like you just didn't have an outlet or someone to, like we talk about, to guide you through your feelings, bro. And the first thing you think of is to go do that, because I got a similar story to that. But mine came from the identity crisis. So,
Nah, dude, he did some like OCD stuff, but at the same time,
we
you know,
did
that's somebody that's they mind.
Yeah, they
It's
mind.
just-
Yeah.
Nah, it can, sometimes that can go.
Little tweaky. Yeah, I was watching it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just make sure he is clear because they laughing. And, you know, somebody say like, you know, like he said, take that one thing to trigger somebody.
Coming over and blow up. We close on time though, but you know, I don't know
Your
if
statement about the identity thing, but finish your
Yeah.
statement.
Oh no. That's really that from
Okay.
that episode.
I
Like
got
I
it.
didn't think,
It's
but
a book. I'm gonna figure it out. It's about identity, image, and you, and it's basically break down. Like it's about I think TD Jakes had like co-signed on it like back then. It's like 2011. But I was trying to look it up when you was speaking earlier when we first started. I'm like, man, that's a book to recommend to you guys. But I'm gonna find it and pass that out.
yeah, for sure, and definitely get on
What
that
you
UOU,
said,
bro.
what you said just gave clarity to me for cuz, man, because I like losing somebody close to you that do suicide. Like I've been in my own like trying to figure him out. You feel me?
I used to say all the
and when
time, people be like, I'd be like, man, you're a coward, you kill yourself. I used to tell people that all the time, but bro,
the strength it take to do that.
bruh, yeah, but I done been there before, bro. And I'm talking all that shit, but I done realized I've been there before too, bro. Bro, what?
Yeah.
Bro, I remember trying to get drunk and high as hell with the 40, sitting on the back of the truck, swinging my legs like, I'm gonna do it tonight. Bro, because I was just hurt, dog. You feel me? But that's another story. We gonna get into.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that
man.
next
I just
episode.
wanna-
We all got a
shit.
story like that. I
The
got a
crazy
story like
thing
that.
is, I was gonna ask, like,
What?
this intersection. I was gonna ask, like, are you healed? Like, not you, but I was just asking us all. I was gonna ask, like, are we healed?
Hell
You
no,
know?
I ain't healed.
was
I'm
gonna,
triggered like a
cause-
thing.
I don't know. Like, but
Come
maybe
on,
so-
some of one problem, two more are gonna come around the corner, bro.
Nah.
I got that .5 trigger right now.
Listen.
You barely touch me. I'm ready. Damn.
Listen, that's why I was like, maybe save it for another podcast
for sure, we
episode.
talk
Like,
about
are
it.
you healed? Because
That could
like
be the
this-
next
Yeah,
episode.
I was like, are
That's
you
it.
healed?
Are
And,
you healed?
and that's where we bring bro back because what bro been through. We ain't gotta put this clip in there, but you know, he told me like how he felt like he wasn't
that's
loved. You feel
Yeah,
me?
bro.
So it's like
Bro,
as a
what?
kid, like nobody loved. So it's like it pushed him to become who he was and why he wanted to do that.
But men
the
are
story-
loved like that, bro. We're loved on a transactional basis and
Yeah.
what we can do for people.
Yeah.
Man,
but I'm
man,
saying as a kid though, you gotta think as a boy. Like
that's-
it's not
Bruh.
as a kid, and it's not transactional. It's just something wrong with.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a transaction. It turns into a transactional thing as you get older.
older,
but
yeah.
as a young male, is what I'm learning. My wife used to get on my ass all the time because even my dad be like, man, you a boy, man. I ain't doing that. And so now, man, I love to hug on my boys. I don't give a damn how big they are. So I hug my son, kiss my son on the forehead, tell him I love him, bro. You can come lay up underneath your dad. I don't care nothing about none of that, bro. Because at the end of the day, you got to see me being vulnerable like that with myself and with you, so you don't grow up having these damn issues. But I'm looking for another word. Complexes. These complexes of how you really feel. Because, bro, I think a lot of times, there's a lot of stuff that I would do. I would just hear my dad say, "You're soft," and it's like, even him watching me do something now, he'd be like, "Bro, you soft, bro." And I'm like, well, I'm not really soft, bro. I'm just in tune with my feelings, and my babies need to see their daddy vulnerable like this and understand there's no type of complex, bro. You're human. You can feel like that. But if you want me to turn up, I can show you for real what's really going down. So now that I know that I got my super masculine side, when it's time for me to kick it in my chill, I went because we as men we have a feminine side too.
Yeah.
That's how we end up falling in love.
I was
with the
in
women.
mine. Yeah, I was in mine early. Like as a kid, growing up, I'm just like growing up with just the women in my family at first, and being a mama's boy because all I knew was my mom. I didn't know I was supposed to have a dad. I was a mama's boy. She'd leave, I'd cry. You feel me?
Yeah.
My grandma take care of me. So it's like it made me feel like once I got older, you know, having sons and stuff, I'm like crying. I'm like, man, that's soft. You know, I'm over here trying to toughen them up. Like
That's the worst thing you could do, bro.
My sister, the one that got me, she was like, man, that's your son, man. Let him be in tune with his own emotions, and that's where it made me draw back from it because the whole time I'm trying to raise them not to be mama boys or crybabies how I was when I was a child. But then I'm like, cause I'm seeing a reflection of myself that wasn't no male figure in my life to help, you feel me, correct that for me, you know. So like I was really one of them, a lover, not a fighter. I thought the world everybody should love each other. As a kid, you hear me? I'm like, I'm gonna change the world. Everybody's gonna be nice.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Nah, so man,
That's
definitely.
good. But the next episode, Are You Healed?
Yeah. So let's work on that. We already know the topic now, so we know what the word.
we were ready.
Yeah, that one's gonna be 2 hours.
That's all from the heart.
Yeah, that's gonna be about 2. That's gonna be about 2 hours.
For sure.
Yeah, and I'll just say before we close out, bro, if anybody is dealing with, those thoughts of taking your own life, bro, it's cliche to say it's not worth it, but it's really not. Because if you really think about it, if you think about the last thing you went through that you felt like was the most terrible thing in your life, you probably passed it now. And the thing you're going through right now is going to be the exact same way. It's just how long that takes. That's the part where you start to get in your mind. So just reflect back on the things you've been through in your life previously, and that'll give you more strength to keep fighting. I got some more things I want to say about that, about identity and everything, and praying and why that's important as well. But for the sake of time, I'll save it for the next episode.
For sure.
And then I'm gonna say too, bro. You said, it ain't worth it, but don't run from your problems.
Facts.
Anybody that's here, bro, don't run, bro. I hate to keep going back to these books, but these books have really been helping me find myself. I haven't realized I realized how many relationships and how much wrongdoings I have done by running from problems and not speaking up for myself.
That part,
bro. Just not speaking up for myself, bro. And you don't have to speak to the people or whatever you're dealing with in a very aggressive tone, and you don't have to feel less than when you speak about it. Yeah. Like if someone made you feel a certain type of way and you don't like it, you're entitled to that. I don't care if it's your wife, I don't care if it's your boss, we're all human.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, bro, I just don't like it. I'm not sacrificing my feelings because now I'm creating another event in my mind, so when something else happens, I'm not dealing with it the right way.
Some trickery, yeah. It's been another episode of The Fold, man.
The Fold, baby.
Another tapping in with us.
On everything, man. Shoot, I just want to say that I want to thank God for bringing us together.
I love you. I gotta go.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, party out. Go ahead, party out. Oh, you done left him out. You got party out. Party out. You left him out.
You gotta go, bro.
Listen,
Go, fellas. Go ahead.
have a good date night, man.
Date night, man.
Say hello, man.
Hey, look. You gotta preheat the oven. 350. Hey, you gotta send it to pick on the way there.
Nah, man, I just wanted to take us out in prayer, man. I just want to thank God for bringing us together this evening. Continuing to bring us together, on these safe journeys as we travel here. And I say that throughout the process, man, anybody that's still hurting, man, I pray that eventually you do get to heal or work towards that progress, towards healing. Standing there being silent is not always the best thing for us, and God knows that, so it's always to be open with Him directly and pray, speak up. Like, I feel that, like you said, prayer is important, man. I just want to thank God that we all here to speak today, because knowing that the challenges that each individual face, on their own time and conditions, things could have been different, man. So I'm thankful to be beside everybody right now, man, because it hurt, man. Life hurt.
Oh yeah, but you're gonna have to put your armor on, G.
Life hurt. I'm looking for answers. Well, I got the answers today, but man, we'll cut it. But nah, for real,